Greek mythology, the patricide Zeus rebels against the heaven of creation and becomes the god of this world. Zeus, however, hates mankind because they are not of his doing and seeks to destroy them by denying them fire. He denies them the energy needed for warmth and for cooking. A denizen of the heaven of creation named Prometheus enters our world with the gift of life, which is fire. He is captured by Zeus, and for this offense is chained to a mountain where his liver is perpetually eaten by birds. In these latter days, the will of Zeus is finally realized by dark-minded agents who have whipped frenzied mobs into collective suicidal attempts to extinguish all flames. Scientifically, fire is the oxygen-carbon reaction which provides high molecular energy exchanges between hydrocarbon remnants of plants and common oxygen. Fire supports life by recycling the hydrocarbon residues of life. The oxygen-carbon reaction is the engine of life and, in its fossilized fuel form, has also been the engine of industrial civilization. Yet mankind has been convinced by dark forces that the gift of fire is man's greatest enemy, because it remainders carbon dioxide, which threatens our climate and environment. False ideologues have blinded men to the fact that the oxygen to carbon dioxide and back to oxygen is the cycle between plants and animals which sustains all life. When we add carbon dioxide to the atmosphere by burning coal in our electric generators or gasoline in our cars, we add the carbon dioxide which plants breathe. By photosynthesis, plants extract the carbon from carbon dioxide with which they build cells, and they exhale the oxygen. This oxygen, returned by plants, can supply generators and cars. But most importantly, it supplies animal life energy. Animals breathe in the oxygen and generate the carbon-oxygen energy reaction within their bodies, which provides them life. They then exhale the carbon dioxide. The carbon dioxide to oxygen cycle is the great energy symbiosis between plants and animals. The proponents of hysteria say that industrial-produced carbon dioxide is a pollutant. The U.S. government's EPA is about to declare it so and to regulate out of existence coal-fired generators. But there is no difference between industrial carbon dioxide and that which you exhale. The fact that industrial hydrocarbon burning has produced a greater amount is not disputed. But what has been the result? In the last 100 years, the lushness of plant life has actually increased in the industrialized world. Industrial CO2 has had exactly the same effect upon plants as does your breath. The importance of this is that mankind is about to suffer a calamity, but not from trivial global warming due to an alleged greenhouse effect from CO2. Fossil fuel-fired electric generation plants are going to be shut down to save the planet from global warming. U.S. agencies are already in process of fulfilling this despite the warnings given by storms such as that which recently hit New York City. The sudden and widespread shutdown to electrical power caused great harm and suffering due to the loss of heat and utilities. No warnings are taken from these experiences because it is assumed a planned shutdown can be managed. When these plants are closed down, however, they are gone, and the damage is permanent and irreversible. Prior to the Industrial Revolution, Promethean fire was an individual solution for lights, utilities, and warmth in single homes. Afterward, fire became collectivized, especially by electrification. In the industrialized West, homes became plugged into the collective generators, the same electrical generators which are now under assault by collectivist political forces and their false science. What is needed is a new Promethean revolution, a form of fire which can be output as an electrical current, a new form of electrical fire which can be established in individual homes. A new Prometheus is needed to intervene and save a remnant of humanity from the threat of the grid as controlled by dark religio-political forces of questionable sanity. What I'm about to relate to you is not speculation nor theory, but established fact. It is the new Promethean fire delivered to mankind at a critical stage in its history. The second Promethean fire is contained within neutrons, which are themselves contained within the nuclei of atoms. Neutrons have encapsulated charges of energy, and there is a very specialized type of atom for which the neutron's encapsulated energy can be extracted as a continuous electric current. The current is continuous because the energy which the neutron gives up is replaced by an unrecognized alternative source of energy, the energy of time itself. There has been a recent advance by our lab which takes the discovery of released encapsulated neutron energy out of the hands of scientific institutions which are themselves under the control of dark political forces. We can now deliver the new Promethean electric fire to the hands of individuals. We have found a way to build a needed particle accelerator by using the new technology. We no longer need access to huge grants nor government licensed equipment. We have found a way that Promethean electric fire can be delivered to private individuals without restrictive and onerous controls being placed upon this boon to mankind. Our lab needs resources to complete the Promethean beta neutron electrical generator. Our discovery is based upon a new type of mathematics which doesn't yet exist in the fields of practical engineering. Engineers who have been shown our research, which demonstrated a continuous electrical current from a beta neutron source, simply could not understand what they were looking at. The mathematical models which explained the research was completely foreign and incomprehensible to them. The problem was illustrated when we took our data to the chair of one of the better nuclear engineering departments in the country. Quantum dimensional mathematics provided a model of the neutron which explained its function in the nucleus of the atom and how this function provides a crystalline structure to the nucleus. Further, it identified radioactive beta decay as the energy discharge of a nuclear capacitance field, which can be absorbed by an electrical field of our own making. Our research shows that an open energy electrical generator can be built using suppressed beta decay. When shown the supporting data for this nuclear electrical generator, the chair of a nuclear engineering department dismissed the data as the artifact of our electrical equipment. His conclusion was made instantaneously and without detailed examination of our data. It was pointless to point out that this conclusion was not possible given the data distribution. His dismissal was definitive in the matter. We are not a scam trying to separate the ignorant and foolish from their money. This video is not a rope-a-dope. Neither the ignorant nor foolish could even operate a neutron generator, let alone help develop it. It would be a continuous power source which must be managed, not simply turned on or off like a light switch. Turning the device off would be dangerous, destructive, and only taken as an emergency measure. Any operator must be aware of operational principles and conscious of security. What is true of mere operators is doubly true of the engineers needed to build the practical neutron generator. The reason that additional funding is being sought is that engineers must be taught the new system of mathematics by which the neutron generator operates before they can even begin with experimental designs. They must be taught how a nuclear capacitance field, the recently discovered engine of the neutron generator, how this unknown field functions and how it differs from the capacitance field with which they're familiar. That process has begun with our primary electrical engineer and is significantly delaying even the most basic designing phase. This necessary educational phase is increasing time and expenses. We are seeking partners in this project, people who are willing to invest $100 as a subscriber. This investment will give them access in real time and in our archives to the research as it is ongoing. Subscribers will be training themselves in the science and principles governing the beta neutron electrical generator as well as the beta neutron accelerator, which will make the practical generator possible. They will be training themselves to take financial advantage of possibly the most important new energy technology in existence. While the patents of all the devices will be retained by the lab and sensitive details of construction will not be revealed, subscribers will be given enough information to make practical businesses a possibility. They will receive the monthly insider newsletter, which will outline the research conducted for the past month.